Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Light Council series where we have conversations that elevate the world and awaken the light within. I'm so excited to have my guest Nims here today, my dear friend. I cannot wait to hear what we're going to share. We are so in kind of collaboration of our energy and what comes out. But for those of you that don't know me, I'm Elizabeth Planson. I am a spiritual mentor, a healer, and really just here to help activate others in their soul purpose, their gifts, and help elevate the world. So, welcome, Nims. I would love for you to share a little bit about yourself, how you serve others and serve the world.
Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you for this space. It feels so healing, so sacred. So thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah.
I'm Nimesh, whatever name you prefer. I'm an Akashic record reader, Akashic trainer, podcast host, podcast creator, as well as a spiritual coach and mentor. And what I get to do is guide people on their journey, whether that's through the records, whether that's through mentorship. I get to guide people to truly understand who they are, releasing the programming, releasing anything we're holding on to truly shine our light. I always tell people that you're the gift. Any modalities, anything, just an addition. So I guide people to their light. Never tell anybody what to do. It's really guiding people to understand their purpose, understand their gifts, and truly shine their light. And I love what I get to do.
That's so beautiful. And I love how you say, like, I don't tell people what to do, I guide them. So it's like almost like this empowerment because, and I know for me, like, is my human, my ego, I want to be told what to do, right? Like, I want,
Yeah,
just give me the steps and I'll follow, like, I'll do it, right? Like, I just want to know so I know I'm doing the right thing, right? But then we're almost taking away our own
yeah,
kind of like free will and our purpose of actually becoming these empowered souls. Wouldn't you agree?
100%. I mean, our programming says that when we have a question, let's look outside. Let's go and Google it. Let's go and now the
Mm,
latest thing is let's go and ask AI, right? Or AI
yeah.
always has a, but we have so much knowledge inside of ourselves. So who am I to tell anybody what to do? I can intuitively guide people and nudge them along the way, asking lots of open questions. And because for me, the first step to healing is awareness. And
Mm,
once you change your question, asking how is this? We were talking about a soul journey before we started recording. How is whatever we have, whatever challenges we faced, how is it serving us? How is it expanding our soul? Well, once you start to change your question, your awareness increases. That's the first step of healing. So this is why I don't like then telling anybody what to do, because if we can guide people to their own answers and to listen to their own messages, their intuition, we have so much more knowledge inside and around us than we can find from anywhere else. So if we can change and instead of looking externally, the first thing is listen to our own voice. And then sure, go on Google, go on ChatGPT as much as you want, but look, check inside first. And that's what I like guide people to do, because it's like right now, for example, I mean, we're recording this just after a really crazy, intense new moon, and everybody's going through something. So it's like when we're feeling intense, we just always assume it's us. We always assume, oh, I
mm,
must be going through something. And but I always encourage people, the first thing is check in with yourself. Is it yours? Because we
mm.
all have this empathic ability, and sometimes we carry energy from other people.
Yeah.
Sometimes we carry the energy from the planet because the planet's going through a shift. So it's like just slowing down and listening and say, hold on, whatever I'm feeling, is it mine? And if it's not yours, return it to source with love.
Mm, yeah, yeah. So much goodness to unpack there. And I think it's really important too to note to point out like there's so much going on with so many people and we think it's just us. Like we were just having
Yeah,
this conversation before we got on, and not even thinking that you were having an intense week because I know I was, and I was
yeah.
like, feeling like, oh God, I'm just like such a case again, right? Like I'm just in this tizzy and it's just
It must
me.
be
And
me,
then
right? It must be me.
it just must be me. Like, God, get your crap together, right? And then realizing like, oh wait, like someone that I respect as a spiritual leader, someone that has been doing this work for a long time also has these moments where
Yeah,
it feels intense. And it's like it's so relieving to know that we all go through this and together. And yes,
yeah,
it could be we're feeling the collective energy of
100%.
everyone like kind of And I hate the word struggle because, like, but it's really like this big learning experience, right? And I don't want
Yeah.
to be in a state of struggle, but the fact of the matter is that things are a little more chaotic or more challenging, right, in this time?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we're a soul having a human experience.
Yeah.
So the human experience is going to involve some expansion, some pain.
Mm,
And it's not, it's like sometimes when you start on the spiritual journey, it's like there's a feeling that everything's going to be easy and grace. We have all this knowledge, all this, we have the guides, and your guides are not going to stop you having a human experience, right? Then it's this. So if you signed up for to experience something painful, could be in a relationship, could be something health related, it could be grief. You're still going to experience it, but I'll always say that pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. So with the work that we do, I feel like I guide people to integrate that pain. I'm sure you do too. Integrate that pain quickly because
mm,
you've still got to go through it. But I feel like we're closing so many cycles so much quicker. We're
yeah.
experiencing more in a week than we previously would have done in a month, more in a month than we would have done in years, and more in this lifetime than probably the last 4 or 5 lifetimes. So everything's happening so intense. Time is moving so quick, but sometimes it feels so slow. It's such a weird and interesting time, but everything is happening. I trigger people when I say this, I get it, but I truly believe everything that's happening to us is happening for us.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
that's really hard to take. If you're going through something really painful,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe a loved one's going through something painful, you're like, well, hold on, why would I sign up for this?
Mm-hmm.
And we're here to release so much ancestral and personal karma. Some of that's going to be painful.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's at the end of the day what gets me through the times where it is challenging now, but like, when loved ones pass and things like that, right? And talking about like soul contracts, like why we agree to come
Yeah.
and experience all these things,
Yeah.
right?
I
Like
wonder that sometimes myself.
why? Like, why? I don't want to. My human is like yelling at me, like, I don't want to do this. This sucks,
Yeah.
And then realizing coming back to your higher self, your soul, your spirit, right? Knowing that you can deal with this and you were built to deal with this and you're doing it because you chose, because you wanted to
Yeah.
experience this, to learn how to expand in this way. And so maybe let's talk about that a little bit about soul contracts and all those kinds of things and how we get through that, right? Like, and also I would love for you too to like, how do you advise people to tap into their intuition?
Yeah. I mean, there's so much to that. I mean, if we start off with soul contracts. So
Yeah.
before we incarnate into our physical body, our soul knows what it's here to experience, right? What it needs to experience in this lifetime, what karma it needs to release. And that's where, before we incarnate, all our major soul contracts, I guess it's hard to describe, but it's like you go and find normally a familiar soul, a soul that you've done some previous lives before. Maybe you've got some karma to release, and you agree what you're here to experience, and that can be to, experience unconditional love, which then leads to pain.
Mm,
And when you incarnate into your body, a lot of these soul contracts, and the soul knows what it's here to experience. But if you knew that you were here to experience really, really, really deep pain, then obviously you're going to avoid it. So this is where the veil of amnesia comes in. So, but I really feel like in this phase, we should be really looking at the people around us and asking, is my soul contract with this person done?
mm,
Because I feel like the shift that we're going through means that some of that's going to have to change. Some of those soul contracts are done. And it doesn't mean that people need to live your life, because maybe a new soul contract starts. Or maybe they stay in your life, but you don't give your power away to them anymore.
mm-hmm,
But it's your intuition. So when you stop and you just ask, hold on, what am I meant to learn from this person, this soul? And have I learned it and have I integrated it? Because
mm-hmm.
sometimes we stay in a relationship or in a soul contract because it's familiar.
Yeah.
But that's where the pain is inevitable and the suffering is optional. We stay in a situation which is suffering.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like we should trust our intuition. When you asked about intuition, I actually just recorded a podcast around difference between anxiety and intuition. And it's just our intuition is lighter,
Mm,
doesn't have emotion. It's just like our ego. So it's like if you ask a question and the answer you get is all full of emotion, full of anger, full of that's probably coming from your ego. Your
Okay.
intuition is lighter, it's softer, and it normally comes through first, by the way.
Yeah.
So if you ask a question, your intuition normally gives you a nudge, gives you, but then what happens is your ego kicks in. And your ego is
Hmm.
loud and it's emotional. And the ego is not a bad thing either. The ego just wants to keep you safe. It wants to keep you where you are. It doesn't want you to change because if you change, you might
Hmm.
fall. But if you can just trust, it's like anything, you've got to build a muscle.
Yeah.
It's like so many people start the spiritual journey and want this big epiphany. Oh, all of a sudden, a big flash in the sky, and I can feel my guides. I know my purpose. I know my destiny. Most of the time, you've got to meet the universe halfway. You've got to start with self care, meditation, time in nature, journaling. You've got to do the work.
Hmm.
And what that does, it gives you a solid base, and then it allows you to listen to your intuition.
Yeah.
And even that's got to be a muscle. You've got to start listening to the little nudges. You ask a question, and what does the intuition tell you? The more you listen to that intuition, the more you build the muscle.
Exactly. Yeah. I've always been taught that and teach that, right? Like, and I remember when I first started this journey, I talk about this often, like, I was first developing my psychic abilities and I was like, I can't meditate. Like, I don't know. And my teacher was like, you have to try. Like you actually have
Yeah,
to
it's a
dedicate.
muscle. You
It's a
can't.
muscle, right? Like you have to work it out. So it's like dedicating 10 minutes a day even, right?
That's
She was
yeah,
like, get up before your kids get up, go to a quiet space and just be, right? And it was a muscle that I had to develop
yeah.
and
And
learn how
it's your
to.
time, right?
Yeah.
Your time. He says the way I describe it is call it your time.
Mm,
And it's like everyone say I can't meditate, and it's just like 10 minutes silence.
yeah,
It's like I can't sit in silence. Well, okay, start with 5 minutes. But the trick is because what happens is people sit for 30 seconds, they start, oh, I can't do it. No,
right.
if a thought comes in, let it come, let it go. We get annoyed at ourselves. I can't even
Yeah.
sit here for 30 seconds. No, if a thought comes in. And what happens is eventually those thoughts will get less and less.
Hmm.
But it takes like, I always recommend try it for 21 days continuously.
Right. Yeah.
And I always go, oh my God, I'm so busy. I'm like, anybody can find 10 minutes.
100%.
And then the next question is always, well, hold on, should I do it in the morning? Should I do it in the afternoon, in the evening? I mean, that's just the mind wanting you to put rules, whatever works. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. 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 It's so true. Exactly. It's whenever you can. Like even if it's before you go off to bed, ask yourself a question and just allow it, and it's almost like letting it go too, right? Like you can ask a question and then if you don't get an answer right away, then let it go and pay
Yeah.
attention throughout the day if it comes through, right?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I had a conversation with a client this week. It's like, because I pulled a card, normally at the beginning of the session, I pull a card for the client and it was about not having desires. And she was like, how do I not have desires? And it's not, actually, and then what we ended up talking about, it's not about the desires. It's fine to manifest and want things, but it's about letting go of how they come about. Because
Mm,
what we want is we want magic in this world. We want to feel our guides. And we want them in a certain way. It's like, when I connect with my guides, I want to be able to see them. I want to hear them. I want to know the names. And wait, maybe, what if it doesn't start that way? What if it just starts with the feeling?
yeah.
And it's our
Yeah.
expectations of what magic looks like. And what if the universe has so many more amazing plans for us? It's so much bigger than we can imagine. But because we expect them only to be in this limited way, we miss the magic of the universe.
I mean, that is such a huge point, is like detaching from the outcome, right?
Yeah,
Because we can't even fathom what is actual possible for us because we're so trying to control everything, right? And
100%.
it's so true. Like, and what came to mind was like, could you imagine if everyone let go and surrendered to what this world is supposed to look like and how it's supposed to be, and we just allowed the things that actually, how we're actually supposed to be living to come through?
100%.
What
I mean,
a
if you
different
if you
place this would be.
if you look at the last few years, and if you're honest with yourself, how much control have you really had? Yeah, it's just like, you can manifest some stuff, and I love to laugh, but it's like but it's like in reality, I mean, even it's like cycle began for me. The cycles began in 2018 and maybe in 2012, but it's that 2018, and then lockdown happened, COVID happened, and for me, I know it was a lot of pain. A lot of people left this realm, but it was, what if it was Mother Nature's way of saying, you guys are all too busy. You're saying you don't have time to heal. okay, I'm going to give you all some time. I'm going to send you all to the naughty corner. You either
Yes.
heal or you don't. And, then everything afterwards, it's like everything that's happening, the natural disasters, the politics, and there's so much fear out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Yeah.
really feel like the fear is from intuitively, we know there's a big change coming. The human in us likes to control things, likes to know what the
Yeah.
change is. Everyone says, I love change, but what they really mean is, I love change when I see it coming. I have a
Mm.
good idea what it is. When you don't know what the change is, but you feel it, it makes you feel really uncomfortable. So
Yeah.
we're a
Yeah.
conflict between the human and the spirit. Spirit's like, let's go, let's ride this wave, let's really kind of shift. Let's, this is what we're here for. And the human's like, wait, I need to understand this more. I need to plan. I need to, and maybe give me a couple of months to, and we don't have a couple of months. But the thing we can control is this moment.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
we feel, the magic, the beauty in this moment is really what we control.
Mm-hmm.
And if we can see the magic, like the magic of this conversation, just so open, so flowing, then the next moment is even more magical.
Yeah. I mean, it really can be that easy, right? And even like just being able to have empathy for others and tap into others and be able to feel it. Like even before we got on this conversation, Nims felt I had like an anxiety, like kind of like something that had happened right before we got on that it kind of like ruffled my feathers a little bit. And he felt it and he was like, he, this time and he led me through the most grounding and beautiful just grounding quick practice, right? And I was literally brought to tears because it was almost like he reminded me of, or you reminded me, Nibs, of like just being in our purpose and being able to do this work and being able to share our light and being able to have voices to share with this
Yeah,
beautiful world. And I think switching gears a little bit, talking about like the light workers and the healers and the empaths and all these people that feel like we're just fighting this battle. And sometimes we just want to burn it all down to the ground, not speaking for myself. That like, it's like, you know what I mean? Like sometimes it just gets really tough to continue
yeah,
on. And that's the reality of it that no one, I shouldn't say no one, because I do know some people that actually are truthful about this, right? Like where they have those moments where they're like, oh my gosh, it is so much more difficult, in my opinion, to continue on this path of being the service worker, of providing the service worker and doing this light and continuing on this higher path
100%.
rather than just going back and getting a 9 to 5 job, right? That I just mundane do every day. So
Yeah.
let's talk about this for a little bit, yeah?
Isn't it interesting? I mean, it's like I think about that often. It's like once you open the door to awareness, um, you can't close it.
Yeah.
And they say ignorance is bliss, but it's that, because the interesting thing is those that have chosen to be mentors, guides, healers, whatever you want to call it, I feel like we need to experience things deeper,
Mm,
because how can we guide others if we haven't experienced it ourselves? So it's like we've signed up for some deeper expansion.
mm-hmm.
And we've also got to remember we're souls having human experience too. So, because it's like whenever somebody says, "Oh, I'm fully healed," or I hear something on social media about being fully healed, I was kind of smile to myself, because the universe is such a beautiful leveler, and it's like I don't believe I'm ever going to be fully healed. I feel like I'm a
Mm-hmm.
student for life. I'm always going to be learning, expanding, and
Yeah.
the day I stop learning, expanding is probably the day I leave this realm, right? So,
100%.
because why? I mean, I had a conversation about mastery the other day, and I'm like, I don't want to be a master of anything.
Mm,
Because what that says is I've stopped learning.
yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah,
love
and it's
that.
just and we are going through something. Let's be honest, right? And as light workers, as healers, whatever label you want to give it, it just I feel like what we do is we set an example, we shine a light, and we're not here to force anyone to change. But what we're here to do is maybe give an example of a way to be that allows other people to use whatever knowledge we have and work on themselves and become the light worker themselves. Because we're
Mm,
not here to force anyone to change. I mean, my truth may be different to your truth. Who am I to say that I'm right and I'm wrong or whatever, right? It's just we're here to be. We're here to guide. And some people are assigned to me, some people are assigned to you, and
yeah.
I'm assigned to someone too. It's just It doesn't have to, and you said maybe it's not that difficult. I really feel sim spirituality doesn't need to be complicated. Didn't say
Yeah.
easy. Didn't say easy, but it doesn't. It's just doing the right self-care is such a foundational method. It's just how often do we want to bypass everything? It's like, oh, it's whatever, it's November now. When I start 2026, that's when New Year's resolutions, that's when I'll start to. We haven't got the luxury of waiting. This is the moment. We just talked about this is the moment. So I really just feel that we've just got to focus on the moment and start with gratitude
Mm,
and be intentional with gratitude. And it's just often when we're grateful, oh, I'm grateful for, my kids, my family. I'm grateful for Ruth. All of that you should be grateful for 100%.
yeah.
But when you're intentional, oh my God, I'm so grateful for a beautiful conversation I had with Elizabeth. She was really open at the beginning. We did a grounding, such a beautiful release, such a beautiful co-creation. I'm so grateful for it. When you're
Mm-hmm.
intentional, what you're doing is you're creating a magic moment for yourself. And
Mm-hmm.
you're also saying to the universe, I want more of these beautiful moments.
Mm-hmm.
And when you start from there, everything else becomes less heavy.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
reality is this fear is heavy. It just is.
Yeah, it really is, right? Like I had a mentor that always said that we're like a sea level planet, right? Like if we had to like rate our planet Earth as like what level of consciousness or how it is, right? It's
Mm.
sea level. Like it's dense, it's difficult and it's not as bliss as like the other planets or realms or
Yeah.
dimensions out there, right? And so, and that's kind of like a high level talk, but still at the same time, it's like understanding, like, give yourself some grace for what you're going through. And I think what you're saying too is really about the small things and the small moments in life, because
Yeah.
so often, I think where a lot of anxiety comes through, especially for entrepreneurs, whether you're a light worker or not, or in a job, whatever it is, we're always looking at this, oh, well, I want to make this big impact and I want to
Yeah.
touch all these people and I want to, and I'm not successful yet because I haven't reached this amount of income and I'm not this because I haven't done this yet, right? Like we're saying all these things that we're not and what we haven't achieved. And
Yeah.
we put this level on ourselves and this pressure on ourselves to perform or be at a certain level. But what if it's like you touched one today?
Yeah.
You made someone smile today. You know what I mean? So you have made a difference in this world. You are successful
100%.
in your purpose, right?
Yeah. And it's like, because everyone always thinks, oh my God, what's my purpose? What's my destiny? What
Yeah.
makes you think you have just one purpose? I'll
Mm,
always say my purpose is anyone I connect with, I want to leave them better than I found them.
yeah.
And you say, make a difference to one person every day, and I've achieved my purpose. And,
Yeah.
that could be social media. It could be somebody listens to the podcast, somebody listens to this conversation. I don't need to physically be there, but I've achieved my purpose that day.
Mm,
Doesn't have to be complicated. And it's like that sort of simple purpose allows me to do podcasting. It allows me to do public speaking. It allows me to do mentorship, group work, retreats, whatever else I want to do, because my purpose is simple. I've not complicated it. When we narrow it down, you know, we're limiting ourselves.
yeah. I love this. And also, I like to play devil's advocate here
Sure,
and bringing in the human and all the real life facts. Like, yes, this is beautiful, but what do you say or like how do you tell people or encourage people when it's like, okay, that's all great, but I have bills to pay. Like,
sure.
how do we navigate that?
Well, it's a journey, right? It's like, how often do you know, we're looking too far ahead. It's just in this moment, a lot of people are struggling with money, and money's a vibration, right? It's an
Hmm.
energy, it's a vibration. Yes, it's physical, but it's also a vibration. So it's part of our healing. So what's your relationship with money like? If you're nervous around money, if you always feel like it's going to go, then why would that vibration want to be near you?
Hmm.
And if you are struggling, then again, it's the same thing. It's like a soul contract. Once you start to do the healing, and once you start to do the inner work, universe is abundant. The universe doesn't have limitations. The only
Yeah.
limitation it has is the limitation we put on it. So it's just once you start asking yourself, what's my lesson here? What's my journey with money? What's my journey with because it's like everyone talks about the ideal client. Once I know my ideal client,
Right.
who knows what your ideal client is in this moment? I mean, just of course, from a marketing perspective, maybe you want to do the human stuff and niche market and all the rest of it, but it is really about trusting your intuition. It's about letting go. And I'm a big believer that anyone that I'm meant to work with will find me. It's
Mm-hmm.
a soul contract. It's already decided.
Mm-hmm.
As long as I'm showing up, my deal with my guides and God and the universe is I'm just going to show up every day.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever you send me, whatever I need to do, whatever, I'm just going to keep showing up.
Mm.
And you keep showing up, the universe will meet you halfway. So
Yeah.
when you get lost in your head of, oh, I need to do 3 social media posts a day. I need to find do 2 discovery calls a day. I need to close one a day or whatever. You just, you're in your head.
Yeah.
Because the
Instead of your
reality is
heart.
through this phase, your answer is not going to come from your head because we're here to create something that's never been created before. So that's going to come from your heart, from your channeling, from a different perspective. So, you know, Einstein always says definition of insanity, you keep doing the same thing, expect a different set of results. So if it's not working, you're not a tree, change, do something different. And
Yeah.
but it is a lesson. It's always look inside for your answers.
Mm.
So if you are struggling with money, if you are struggling with finding clients, then your answers is sit with you and ask, are you showing up in the way that you need to for people to find you?
Yeah. And it may be, like you said, it just may be a pivot, a change, and maybe you've been
Yeah,
avoiding it, right? And just need to refocus on something else. And so, for me personally, I often will say, like, bring me the opportunities, like I'll ask universe, bring me the
yeah,
opportunities that are meant for me to help me sustain my life and thrive. Like that's what I've been
yeah,
asking lately is bring me the opportunities, whatever it is, the income, whatever, unexpected money, whatever I end up saying, I changed all the time. But like, so that I can continue in my work and what I'm doing
yeah,
and helping others and also sustain my life for my family so we can
yeah.
thrive, right? Because
I
that
am,
is
yeah,
really what I desire in my life is to be able to thrive, not just survive,
100%.
right? As
And you
many of us
deserve
probably
it.
do.
And you deserve it. And it's like some in this space as healers, we struggle with asking for money. I know I did at the
Mm,
beginning. It's just like, hold on, if this is such a gift, I want to help people. I want to help as many people as I can. I've got to help me first.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I was talking to a client today about the law of exchange. And it's just, you know, if we undervalue ourselves, actually we're doing a disservice to the other person as well as ourselves.
yes.
Because there is a law of exchange. It's just, if you give everything away for free, the other person's not going to value it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So it is, and my ask, I just like to ask my guides every morning, today I just want you to show up and show off.
Mm,
Because then if you ask them to show off, they could show off in so many different ways. And,
that's fun.
just there is so much magic out there. And look, back in early days of this, I'd question it. I'm like, well, hold on. You want me to do all this stuff? You want me to show up? You want me to help all these people? Surely I need to be abundant too, and we should be.
Yeah,
There's no limitation. I mean, I spent 25 years in the corporate space earning a really good living, and I left that,
yeah,
and I was like, I don't regret it at all, isn't it? But there was times I'm like, wait, hold on, I'm leaving a really good salary, and it is a
mm-hmm,
risk. It's just
mm-hmm,
that it is a leap of faith, and it's really interesting. I have a few clients that I'm guiding to do the same thing now, and it's like takes me back to those days of and everyone says, "Oh my God, you make such a brave choice," and I don't think it was a choice.
right,
I mean, I chose to leave, sure, but
right,
it was just I couldn't stay. I just couldn't. I was just it was just and it's just like be gentle with yourself, be kind, be
mm-hmm,
we everyone always says, the conversation we had with in our heads, if we had it with some friends, they won't be friends anymore. And it's so true.
so
We
true.
judge ourselves, be gentle, be kind, and be proud of how far you've come. Because how
Yeah,
often do we focus so much on what we haven't got? And I'm not a big fan of looking backwards, but sometimes you just got to stop and just gentle look back and say, okay, I did it. Pat on the shoulder, well done, be proud.
right, right. Be proud of the choices that you made, and you made them for a reason.
Well,
And
you did it. You
yeah,
made it.
yeah. And at the end of the day, if you're not happy with where your life is, you can make choices to change, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the first step is acceptance. You have to, it's like everybody's always focused on change, but the first step for me is you have to accept who you are. You have to accept who you are in this moment. You have, just as I said, be proud of who you are. And just, it's really interesting. It's when you accept, that's when things start to change.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's acceptance. You are who you are. You're exactly where you're meant to be. You know,
Hmm.
it's our expectations of what life should look like. I mean, I know my expectations of my life was, I'd be have a typical life, have a corporate career, get own a company or whatever that may look like, get married, have 2.4 kids, and it's like, but I know that that wasn't what I signed up for. You
Hmm.
know, if I wanted a program life, then I wouldn't be here I won't be able to change and shift and guide people in the way that I do. So,
Yeah.
I've done a lot of work on accepting, what, I'm exactly where you're meant to be.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's from that moment of acceptance is a lot of power, and then from there you can shift.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, 100%. And so I think there's a lot of it is really just comes back to releasing the expectation of the outcome,
Yeah,
right? Following the guidance, following the nudges, and then just releasing whatever it's supposed to look like and let the universe surprise you and be open
100%.
to whatever it has in store for you, right?
100%. I
Yeah.
mean, the thing is, it's accepting you don't belong.
Mm.
I mean, so many people, and I did it the same growing up. I was trying to fit in.
Yeah.
I was trying to belong. I was trying to find my place on this planet. What if
Mm-hmm.
you're not meant to be here? What if you're not meant to find a place? Because it's from that space of not trying to fit in that you'll create something that's never been created before.
Yeah. Oh, I love that, right? And that's what we're doing. I
Yeah,
feel like as a
100%.
collective is creating this what everyone calls the new earth, right? Like the new way of being, the different, and it's
Yeah,
just a different
ascension,
level,
third
right?
dimension, fifth dimension, whatever you want, whatever label you want to give it, right?
Yeah.
There's so many out there. It's just, for me, the planet's shifting and it's just changing. It's pivoting. I feel like the shift has been planned for many centuries. I feel like we're shifting from the divine masculine to divine feminine, which is all about shifting from ego to heart,
Mm.
shifting from I think to I feel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even just change that instead of asking, oh, how do I think about this? What if we just change the language to how do I feel about it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I love that. How do I feel about that? That's so beautiful. I would love for you if you had like one piece of wisdom or advice for the collective or like a message of what you feel they need to hear right now. I would love for you to share that.
I just want to remind people everything you need is inside you. All the love, all the joy, all the answers. Be gentle with yourself, be kind, but look inside for your answers.
Mm.
The second thing right now is I feel like we're shifting from the individual. The phase that we've just been has been really lonely. A lot of people kind of feeling really lonely, like they're isolated. And that was perfect for that phase.
Yeah.
But I feel like we're moving into a phase of community. So
Yes.
look at the communities you're in, look at the people around you, and challenge yourself because I find for a lot of people the soul contracts have come to an end, and you have to create space in your world for new souls to come in.
Mm-hmm.
So challenge yourself and be around people that allow you to be yourself,
Yeah.
allow you to to shine your light
Mm-hmm.
unapologetically, to accept you for who you are. And those people, and I'm sure there's a lot of people listening saying, "Well, I haven't got anybody in my life like that right now." Well, then maybe you've got to create space. And the other thing is lean on your guides, lean on the vibration, the energy around you, and whether you call them guides, whether you call it source, whether you call it God, whatever label you want to give it, allow a higher power to help and guide you. And how do you do that? You got to ask.
Mm.
You got to
Yeah.
ask. I
You
mean,
have to ask.
yeah, I mean, right now, asking for help is seen like a sign of weakness. No, for me, it's a sign of strength.
100%. And I think that's a really important reminder, right? Especially with how many people are struggling right now. And if you're one of those people that are struggling, like there are resources available to you, and it's
100%.
not shameful to ask for help from strangers, loved ones, whatever it is, right?
Yeah,
And
whoever feels right.
yeah,
Whoever feels right.
in whatever way, right? Even if it's like a
100%.
connection of like, getting a job or you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like asking your friends if anyone knows of opportunities out there for me, like
100%.
like things like that. I'm just giving
Yeah.
very simple examples,
And
right? But so true.
yeah. And the other message that just came to me is be honest with yourself.
Hmm.
Sometimes we're kidding ourselves. It's not even kidding other people. We're kidding ourselves about how we do really feel. I feel like this time that we're in right now, with all the planetary shifts, is the universe is shining such a light on all the dark places. So
Yeah,
if you've been holding on to things, if you've been holding on to the old version of yourself or your expectations, the universe is really going to push you to let go of all of that.
I love that.
So having a look in the mirror, have an honest conversation with yourself, call in your soul, your higher self, whatever you want to do, and just even if you just close your eyes and just have an honest conversation. Be angry with your soul, be angry with your higher self, with God's source or whatever, but let it go.
Hmm.
And then from that moment, accept this version of you and then shine your light. Be powerful. Always remember that you needed, you wanted, and you chose to be here.
Beautiful. I love that. Thank you so much. Oh, I've
You're
been
so
loving this
welcome.
conversation. I would love for you to share with how you work with people or how people can work with you and where is the best place to find you. And of course, we'll share your links in the
Sure.
description as well.
Yeah, I mean, so much going on right now. So I have a podcast. It's called Spiritual Journey Path to Awakening, and Elizabeth's been a guest on it.
Yeah.
Don't ask me what episode number, but it's just like this. It's channeled. I don't edit anything. It's just whatever comes through comes through.
Yeah.
I'm also starting a membership. I realize there's a gap between what I do and allowing people to connect, and community is so important. So I'm starting a new community on
Hmm.
1212, booking an Akashic Record reading, booking a free discovery call to find out about mentorship. It's all available on my website. It's nimesh-radio.com, my name. I'm on available on all the socials, all again with my name. Just reach out, DM me if my voice resonates, if you feel like I can help you in some kind of way, reach out.
Definitely. Thank you so much again for being my guest on my show.
Thank
I
you.
so
Yeah, thank you
appreciate
for the
it.
space. So
Yes.
beautiful, so light. Thank you, thank you. So open. I love it.
Awesome. All right.
Felt
Thank
very
you.
channeled. Thank you.
Yes, of course. I know that's like, I'm like, I have nothing prepared. Whatever comes is what's going to come. And if you've seen my shows before, I don't edit anything. So, thank
Beautiful.
you again for being a guest. And thank you all for watching. And we will see you on the next Light Council series. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.